Next, we go to New England. So the New England is composed of the following states. So it is also within the Atlantic Ocean. It is comprised of 6 states, and the most densely populated New England state is Massachusetts, where more than 6 million of New England's 14.3 million residents live. So it's mostly concentrated in Massachusetts. So Massachusetts played a central historical role in the move for independence from Great Britain, right? Which is why it's called New England, because it was a former colony of England or Great Britain. And it is home to its largest city, which is Boston. All right. It's also home of the Celtics. And the state is often viewed as the focal point of New England and as emblematic of the Yankee personality. The Yankee personality is characterized by being resourceful, independent, ingenious, and innovative. So later, we'll be discussing why New England or the Yankee personality is defined as resourceful, ingenious, and innovative. Right? So Massachusetts is also home to several immigrants. Okay, they have settled in Connecticut. Right. So some famous people in New England is Julia Child. So Julia Child is a famous or a legend when it comes to American cooking, because in the 1960s she brought French cooking into American homes with her book Mastering the Art of French Cooking, which is followed by a television cooking show. And there are many culinary tools that were created, conceptualized, and invented in New England that embodied the concept of having a Yankee personality. So let us have let us take a look of the different inventions in New England. The first one is a can opener. So the design is very basic. This is the early design of a can opener, which was patented by Ezra J. Warner in Connecticut. And then New England is also home to the invention of David Goodell, which is an apple parer. All right. And also hand operated egg beater, which was improved by Turner Williams. And he added a second interlocking beater so that there will be more power in whisking the eggs. And also, potato breeders in Vermont and Maine have created different potato varieties in the late 19th century. So it's not just about tools, they have also invented some staples when it comes to crops. And then in the 1940s, following the World War II, the microwave oven was developed in Massachusetts. So this is the early stage of the famous microwave oven that we use in our homes right now. And also, if you are familiar with Cuisine Art food processor, it is also invented in New England by Carl Sontheimer. Now, some foodstuffs in New England, so they are famous with codfish, which is abundant in New England. And some crops also, they have different types of berries. It has the largest number of maple trees in the United States, and thus they can produce maple syrup from the maple sap, which is mostly produced in Vermont. And then the apple harvest begins in early fall, and when they are young, fresh, apples are at their peak of flavor, and as fall progresses, right, they are very much ripe, and they now become cider, which is used to make cider vinegar. And if there is one iconic seafood that is uh, considered very popular in the United States, that is found in New England, that is the American lobster found in Maine. And some seafood staples that they have are oysters, clams, mussels, shrimps, cod, sea bass, tuna, and halibut. And that is all because of their location, which is in the Atlantic. Now let's move to the Pacific Northwest, which is composed of the following states, which is in a yellow color. So we now go to the Pacific side. So the Pacific Northwest is the North American geographic region along the northeastern edge of the Pacific Ocean. It is composed of the following states. And the region's total population is approximately 16 million. Right, and because they are located in the Pacific, fisheries are a major economy in the Pacific Northwest. So they have abundance when it comes to seafood, such as Pacific cod, the albacore tuna, Alaskan halibut. You have the Alaskan king crab right here. You have the spot prawn right here, and the pink shrimp. All right, but again, the same as Canada, no other fish is really identifiable with the Northwest or the Pacific Northwest than the salmon. Okay, because salmon is really famous in the Pacific region of North America. They also have some famous berries. Okay, agriculture and viticulture is also important in the Pacific Northwest. Viticulture is the cultivation of grapes. So they have huckleberries, they have blueberries, they have blackberry, they have blackcurrant, kiwi berry, they have gooseberry, as well as hazelnut. And then in Oregon, okay, Oregon is famous because of the hops. The hops is used in the production of beer. It's an important ingredient in the production of beer. This one, okay, this is the hops. So the hops is responsible for adding the bitterness to the beer, and because of they are a leader in the production of hops, they also have microbreweries such as this one. A microbrewery are, let us call them, a factory of beer that produces fewer than 2 or 20,000 barrels per year. Or some brew pubs also have become established in Oregon, Washington, and British Columbia. So it's like a small manufacturing plant for beers. So those are called microbrewery. And one of the famous contribution of Pacific Northwest is Starbucks. All right, so Starbucks originated in Seattle, Washington. So this is actually the very first store of Starbucks in the world, which is still operational right now. It's still operational, and it's found in Seattle, Washington. So it has become very popular that a lot of countries now have Starbucks all over, all right, not just in the United States. So again, let's have some trivia time. Okay, this is the second trivia question, so that you will learn new information day by day. So since we were talking about Starbucks and how popular they became worldwide, the question now is, what is the mythical character found in the Starbucks logo? Okay, so if you have already ordered, or if you are a customer of Starbucks, or if you have been to a Starbucks store, you can see their logo and you can see a mythical character in that logo. So what is this mythical character? So again, put down or type in your responses in the comments section of the video. Alright, so a while ago I was talking about viticulture, or the cultivation of grapes. So wine is also part of the culture and the famous food products or beverage products of the Pacific. So some wines are produced, famous wines worldwide are produced in the California's Napa Valley or Napa Valley. Okay, so there are a lot of famous wines produced in California's Napa Valley.